Hello and welcome to a new video on my channel. It's been a while, but now, after a break of recording, I will start again. In today's video, we're gonna talk about the new navigation API and we are going to see how we can use it. I hope you will enjoy the video, so let's get started.
Let's start by moving the controls of my recording software out of the way. And next we're gonna select app from the multi-platform template. We'll name this app Bookly and we'll hit next and create. Everything should be set. We have the content view and hopefully also the preview will load. Let's select over here on iPhone 13. Yes, now we have the new preview. As you can see, by default the preview is live, so you can interact with it. Here you can select the components and now you can see dark and light mode side by side. You can see how your app looks in different orientations, and also you can see how your app looks with dynamic type variants. So this is pretty handy. From here you can play and change the orientation like this. Okay, so the first new thing is that navigation view was replaced by something else that will help us have more control on how we handle and we do navigation inside our apps. So the navigation view was replaced by NavigationStack, and let's see a short example of that. First, let's create ourselves some sample data, and we'll create a new folder called model, and then we're gonna create a new file, Swift file. We'll name this file book. This will contain the book model, and the book model is pretty simple. It will have a name, a description, an ISBN and an ID to conform to identifiable. Let's create our model. As always, we will use a struct. This struct will conform to identifiable and hashable. And with this we created our model. Let's add some sample data. We'll create a static property. This will be an array of books, and I created some already. I will just paste them here. So now we have our mock data. We'll go back to our content view and delete everything from here, and we'll use the new view, the new NavigationStack view. And for the moment we are not interested about any of the properties, but just for the moment. And we'll use a list. We'll go to our books, but we need to get those from the model like this, and inside we're gonna just use a text view, book.name. And as you can see, now we already have the list of books. Let's give it a navigation title. Hopefully the navigation title will appear. and yes, it was a preview glitch, but as you can see we cannot navigate anywhere because we didn't do anything in this respect. So we'll have a navigation link, and we'll have destination and label as the old navigation view. So for destination we'll just use a text, and we're gonna print here the book name for now. As label we're gonna use this text from here, and now we should be able to navigate to the details page. It's still loading, so, and now it works. It took a while. This is how the navigation view worked, but now let's play with the new API. We can navigate based on data, based on the value. So instead of specifying here the destination for each item, we can pass here to the navigation link a value prop, and we can pass here a book. And here we can tell to the list once how we want to handle this kind of selection. So we'll say navigation destination, and this is why we needed to declare a hashable protocol to our book model. So we'll say book.self, and the destination, for now let's use a vstack. Here we receive our book that we sent over here. We'll say book name, and we'll also print the description, and let's see if this works. And yes, it works. It looks pretty bad, but it works. Here let's add some alignment, leading, some spacing, also maybe some padding of 20. Yeah, now it looks better. Also let's push it up by using a spacer like this, and yes, now it looks better.
Okay, so next we're gonna take a look at a new feature of the navigation API. This feature will allow us to jump from any page to the first page to any page that we want. This is done by having access to a path array that is formed whenever we navigate, and to gain access to this array we need to open a parenthesis, and here we see a path property that is a binding. It can be navigation path type or the type of data of the item. So let's say path and dollar because it's bindable, and let's say path. Let's declare this up here as a state variable. We need to make this an array of books, and by default this will be empty. In order to see an example of this feature, we'll need to make the code a little bit cleaner. For that we're gonna create a new view, like new SwiftUI, and let's name this book view. Great. And we'll move everything from the navigation destination to the book view. Let's remove the spacer for now, and here use the book view. And of course I forgot, we need to pass the current book, so let's do this in advanced like this. Go back to the book view and declare the property over here, book of type book. We need also to pass this to the preview. And we're gonna grab one from the books array in the book mode. Okay, let's go to the content, let's rebuild. Everything should work as before. So now if we refresh the preview,
and we go to the book view, we're gonna see the title and the description. And to see the feature, we're gonna create similar books or something like that will be under here. For that, we're gonna use here a vstack, and we will need to create another view. And we'll name this other books. Let's move the views over here, and also to be consistent, let's rename these other books to other books view. We'll use the refactor feature, so we'll say view, and let's use it. Okay, and we could use the books array from the model. We need to filter out the current book. So we're gonna pass the list of books to the other books view without the current book. And for that, we're gonna define a books property that will be received from above. Books of type book. And let's go to the content view, and here, instead of passing all the books, we're gonna filter out the current book. So let's say book.books and filter. We'll name the item received in the closure with B, and we'll say if BID is different than the book ID. This will filter out the books and return the correct list. Okay, we will use a vstack and a for each that will go over the books. As you can see, our IntelliSense in Xcode auto-completed everything. So I wrote only for each, and it knows that we have a books array, created the closure, and also a text containing the book title. This is amazing. And we're gonna wrap this into a navigation link that will receive a value, and the value is the current book. Okay, it doesn't look too good. Let's also align the text leading like this. Add a padding of 20. This will match the padding inside the book view. Okay, and over here let's add a text, and let's say I don't know, similar books. Let's use the font title 2. Okay, if we go here to the first book, we see the other books. Okay, let's add also a divider. And it looks a lot better in my opinion. Now if we go over here, we can navigate and see all the books, but in order to get back to the home page, to hit the back button a lot of times. But with the new API we can do this pretty simple. So let's also add here a button that will be under the books, and this button will modify the path. So path equals with an empty array, and the label of the button will be go home. And let's try it out. So we go to this. Yeah, it doesn't look too good. Let's fix that. Let's apply the padding of 20 here. Go inside the book view and remove it. Also in the other books view, and hopefully now it will look better. Okay, so now if we navigate deeply, and we need just to hit go home and we are back to the home page. This is all for the navigation stack, but let's say we want to run our application on an iPad. This would be very simple to do, because now we can replace our navigation stack with the navigation split view like this. We'll copy the list and everything that is inside the navigation destination, we will move it into the detail. We'll remove the path. Also we need to remove it from here, and we know that to a list we can pass a selection. So let's say state var selected item. This will be of type book and it will be an optional, and in the list we'll say selection and we'll pass this to the book view. This is optional. Let's go to the book view and say this is optional, and let's add an if book is not nil, then we're gonna display this one, else we're gonna say text, please select book. Let's also remove these other books. Okay, let's hit save. As you can see, the navigation split view works as expected on iPhone. And let's go and select an iPad, and we have the application working fine over here. Also, if we change the orientation to landscape, we have the nice sidebar, and we can navigate. This is how simple it is to use the new navigation API to create cross-platform applications that work on iPhone, iPad, and also Mac. Okay, so let's refresh this. Hopefully I went through everything and I covered the most important features of the new navigation API. And I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button. This will help me reach more people. And if you are not subscribed, please consider to subscribe, because I will add one video every month at least. Until the next time, I wish you all the best.